Yes, dear students, are you able to hear my voice? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Today, I am going to give you the introduction portion of economics. And you are new to this stream. So I welcome you to Commerce Group to understand about economics. Economics is a subject where it makes the study of human wealth. What is human wealth? Human wealth is that wealth the creator of this universe, the creator of this universe is God. The creator of this universe is God. And when the God has created this universe, we had created goods and services. That goods and services are called as artificial goods and services. Class 11. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. The creator of this universe is God, and the goods and services which are created by man is called as artificial goods and services. So here you have to distinguish between goods and services. In economics, you are going to study about the wealth of a nation. What is wealth of a nation? The wealth of a nation is from a pin to an aeroplane. So goods and services which are created by human beings. Hello. Goods and services which are created by human beings. Goods and services which are created by human beings are called as artificial goods and services. So the goods which are produced by man is from pin to an aeroplane. So economics, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you able
Yes,
to
sir.
are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
Uh, so pin to an aeroplane is created by human beings. So in the same way, you are going to study about economics. Economics can be studied by two ways. That is microeconomics and macroeconomics. The first one is called as micro. And the second part will be your macro. So here, economics is study of wealth of a nation. Economics is I think so, sir. Microeconomics is study of a small. What is a small? A small means, for example, you come to a individual person. What is your name? What is your designation? Means a study of single person can be called as small. What is macro? Macro means large, the study of large. For example, here I am going to explain you about clear distinction between small. What is a small? For example, when you move to a forest, in forest, you see a single tree. That single tree represents you that the length of the tree, the branches of the tree, the leaves of the tree, the particular study of a single tree is called as microeconomics, and the study of whole forest is called as macroeconomics. So students, in economics, economics is a subject where it makes the study of wealth of a nation. In this economics, you are going to study about microeconomics in class 11th and macroeconomics in class 12th. So, micro means small, macro means large. Small, or we can also call as aggregate. What is aggregate? Means total. The total trees in the forest means the study of large tree in a forest is called as macro, and study of small, that is single tree in the forest, is called as micro. So, economics is a subject where it makes the study of wealth of a nation, and this wealth of a nation has been written by the father of economics, who is called as Adam Smith, in his book An Enquiry into Nature, a book which has been written by Adam Smith is called as An Enquiry into Nature. And in economics, we study about wealth of a nation. What is wealth of a nation? The resources which is created by God. The resources which is created by God is called as natural resources. And these natural resources are utilized by human beings. These natural resources are utilized by human beings, and these human beings with the help of factors of production. Factors of production. What are factors of production? That is land, labor, capital, and organization. In economics, you have to come to a situation that what is called as factors of production. Factors of production are land, labor, capital, and organization. For example, to understand these factors of production, what are their importance? The importance of these factors of production, when it coordinates by organization. Organization plays an important role in coordinating of production process. What is production process? In production process, the goods and services are produced. What type of goods and services? The artificial goods and services are produced. So these artificial goods and services are produced with help of factors of production. What are factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. When these factors of production coordinates among themselves, they get reward. That reward is called as land as a rent, labor, wages, capital, interest, organization, profit. So students, you come to the concept of factors of production. What is called factors of production? Land, labor, capital, organization. For example, a simple imagination can be assumed by you. What is the simple imagination? For example, you are sitting before your mobile phone. You are sitting before your mobile phone, and imagine that mobile phone is sold in the market. When it is sold, that is called as final goods and services. That final goods and services is produced by land, labor, capital, and organization. That final goods is produced with the help of land, labor, capital, and organization. So these natural resources are possessed on the universe, and human beings plays an important role to coordinate the factors of production, where land is rewarded by rent and labor is rewarded by wages and capital is given to interest and organization receives profit. So in this way, a goods and services is produced. Goods and services are produced. How goods and services are produced? With the help of factors of production. When these factors of production produce the goods and services, these are sold in the market. When these goods are sold in the market, It may be a final goods or secondary goods. What is called as final goods? The goods and services which are ready for your consumption is called as final goods, and the goods and services which are under production process. For example, you can imagine a farmer produces wheat. A farmer produces wheat, and that wheat which is produced by a farmer may be a final goods for him, but his thinking and his assumption is totally wrong. That wheat is again passed to the flour mill, and that flour mill produces flour. By the help of flour, the flour is prepared prepared for the making of biscuit. So biscuit with the combinations of different raw materials, that is ingredients. Ingredients, biscuit is produced. In that biscuit manufacturing industries, these factors of production coordinates with the help of primary goods. What are primary goods? Primary goods are also called as secondary goods. Secondary goods means raw material which are required for the production of biscuit. What is a biscuit? Biscuit is a final goods which is ready for your consumption. Biscuit is a final goods which is ready for your consumption. So when biscuit is produced, that is a final goods. For example, your mother is making a roti. How the roti or chapati is made? Connecting होगी. So dear students, when roti and chapati is made by your mother, so you take the imagination how the roti is prepared in your house. The roti is prepared with the help of flour, and that flour is produced by wheat, and the wheat is produced by an farmer. So the farmer thinks that I am the final producer of the wheat, but his thinking is totally wrong. He sold the market in the wheat. Wheat is utilized, and wheat is utilized for different purpose. The wheat has different byproducts. So the different byproducts are used for manufacturing different items in economy. So in the same way, your mother prepares the chapati, so she needs the help of flour. By dough process, she prepares the roti. Roti is a final goods of wheat. Wheat is an intermediate goods for the production of roti. So what is final goods and what is intermediate goods? Intermediate goods are those goods which have to undergone under further production process. What is intermediate goods? Intermediate goods are those goods which have to further undergone into production process. What is production process? Means it has to be passed on through different stages. Means primary goods have different transformation process. What is transformation process? Means it needs some changes. Some changes are brought by factors of production. Every process of production is added with land, labor, capital, and organization. So to give a final shape to intermediate goods or final goods, we need land, labor, capital, and organization. So in economics, you have to understand the concept. Who is the creator of this universe? The creator of this universe is God. The creator of this universe is God, and the goods and services which are artificial in nature are produced with the help of natural resources. Who has produced these natural resources? The natural resources are produced by the creator of this world. So human beings has created pin to an aeroplane. Human beings has created pin to an aeroplane. Pin to an aeroplane which is produced and which is ready for our consumption at the moment by paying the price is called as final goods and services. What are final goods and services? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Mirnal, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Coming. Okay.
Yes.
Is my concept is clear to you?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Huh? If it
It's
not,
clear.
uh, once again you see, I am going to explain you. Who is the creator of this nation? God. The creator of this universe is God, and God has created natural resources. What are natural resources on this earth? The natural resources may be river water, natural resources sea, natural resources iron, ore, coal. These are the trees, jungle, forest. You can imagine by yourself the creator of this nation. So when these goods and services are to be produced, these goods and services which are produced by human beings, what goods and services human beings has been produced? Human being has produced pin to an aeroplane. Human being has produced pin to an aeroplane. How this pin to an aeroplane is produced? The pin to an aeroplane is produced with the help of raw materials. Raw materials. Raw materials needs factors of production. What are factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. So, for example, you imagine any final goods and services in your house. So you can make an imagination of roti. So I have given you in my example how roti is prepared. The roti is prepared with the help of flour, and the flour is produced with the help of farmer, and the farmer produce the wheat with the help of combinations of different raw materials, that is seeds, tractor, water, pesticides, and different ingredients which are needed in the production process of wheat. So wheat is produced, that wheat is raw material, and raw material when sum up with factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, and organization, we get a goods and services. That goods and services may be a intermediate goods or final goods. What is intermediate goods? Intermediate goods means it has to further go on for transformation process. What is intermediate goods? Intermediate goods are those goods which needs further transformation. Final goods are those the goods does not require any transformation process. It has to be directly consumed by you. So what are final goods in the market which are available to you? Just you go once through the market and see, when you are going to pay the price, you get the final goods and services in the market. So in market, you can get ready-made shirt and pant, which is ready for your consumption. But the same pant, the cloth, if purchased from the shop, and that shop cloth is purchased and the cloth is stitched by a tailor, and after that it comes to your hand, that is pant and shirt, that is called as final goods. But till then, what the process is going on from primary sector, cotton is obtained from farmer, and the cotton is transferred to spinning mill, and the spinning mill makes the yarn, and the yarn makes the combination of weaving of cloth. That cloth is sold in the market by manufacturer, and the cloth is purchased by an individual, and the individual gives the cloth material to the tailor, and the tailor produces the cloth, and the tailor produces, that is stitches the shirt and pant, and when he stitches, it is ready for your consumption. So this is called as final process. When the goods is in end of classification, means is it does not undergo any further process, that is called as final process or final goods and services. So economics is a subject which makes the study of goods and services. How goods and services are produced? What are the goods and services in the economy? In economy, we see final goods and services. Today, in our concept, we are only to the level of pin to an aeroplane. What is pin to an aeroplane? Means they are ready for our consumption when you are going to give the price. When you are going to give the price, it is ready for your consumption. But you have to understand the concept how this pin to an aeroplane is produced. Pin to an aeroplane is produced with the help of raw material plus factors of production. What is factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. When these four factors of production coordinates among themselves, they are rewarded with income. What are income received by land? For example, rent. For example, a labor who does the work, he gets the wages. Capital. Capital means it a loan which is amount issued by him or taken by the bank is given as interest. Organization takes the profit. So in this way, factors of production plays an important role in production of pin to an aeroplane. So in Indian economy, when you are going to see this pin to an aeroplane production, so you can imagine that who are the producers of this artificial goods and services. So these artificial goods and services are especially produced by three producing
Excuse me,
sectors.
sir, your voice is not.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, sir. Is it clear?
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Voice is not clear. Hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
It may be server problem or weather disturbance maybe.
Okay, sir.
Ah. So when these factors of production coordinates among themselves, that is land, labor, capital, and organization, they get the incomes. What are the incomes rewarded to them? That is rent, wages, interest, and profit. In this way, the goods and services are produced. So, dear students, economics is a study of wealth of a nation. Once again, I am going to make the concept clear. Economics is a study of wealth of a nation. What is a wealth of a nation? The nation which is visible throughout the eyes, which we are able to see the world. That is a natural resources who has created by God. With the help of natural resources, goods and services are produced. The goods and services which are produced by human beings are called as artificial goods and services. The artificial goods and services are named from pin to an aeroplane. The pin to an aeroplane is produced with the help of raw materials plus factors of production. What are factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and organization. So these four factors of production in economics plays an important role. So the land is rewarded by rent, labor is rewarded by wages, capital is rewarded by interest, and organization is given by profit. So in this way, the whole nation is working, and the working, for example, when you take the principles of working, these principles explains you that your mother and father is working in some of the sectors. What are the some of the sectors? Here I am going to write, that is primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector. the three producing sectors of the economy, where these goods and services, that is artificial goods and services pinned to an aeroplane, is produced. So when this production of pinned to an aeroplane is seen, you can see that your father and mother may be working in primary sector or secondary sector or service sector, which is also called as tertiary sector. So these artificial goods and services are especially produced in primary sector, secondary sector and service sector with the help of raw materials and factors of production. What are factors of production? Land, labor, capital and organization. So economics is a study of wealth of a nation, and if your father and mother who are doing job in India, if your father and mother who is doing job in India, that is called as Indian economy. What is Indian economy? Here you can have Indian economy. So while studying the basic concepts of economics, you have to know about Indian economy. What is Indian economy? An economy where your father and mother is working. Where they are working? They are working in primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, which is also called as service sector. So these people who are engaged in production process, they produce goods and services. So these goods and services which are produced by them may be intermediate goods or final goods. So these final goods and services are produced by your father and mother who are residing in India. The peoples who are residing in India produces goods and services. That's why the people are called as Indian economy. Indian economy means you have to make a definition clear. What do you mean by Indian economy? And Indian economy is a place where we earn bread and butter. Who earns bread and butter? The working force. Who are the working force? The people who are able to work. The people who are able to work and get the remuneration from factors of production is called as workforce. So your father and mother, our father and mother are working in India. That's why it is called as Indian economy. So the introduction of economics is started with Indian economy. What is Indian economy? Indian economy is a place, in simple sense, we can call it as rosy roti, or we can call it as bread and butter. What is bread and butter? Bread and butter is that concept where a people work and get remuneration and survives for his livelihood. That is called Indian economy. There is a difference between Indian economy and economics. Indian economy means bread and butter. Indian economy means bread and butter. Economics means the study of wealth of a nation, and this economics with the help of natural resources, where God has gifted us different types of natural resources, and by extraction of natural resources from primary sector, we have created the following goods and services. When we name these following goods and services, here that is pinned to an aeroplane, it is a human resources, and it is created with different transformation process of individuals. So every individual in economy who work and produces goods and services, they are called as workforce. What is workforce? From the section of population, from the large section of population, we have to derive workforce. What is workforce? Workforce is a people who are able to do job and get remuneration are called as workforce. What is a population? A population is that situation where it explains the strength of whole nation. For example, the strength of our nation may be 135 crores, 1,35 crores. So in this 1,35 crores, the whole population is not able to work. The people who work in economy for production of goods and services, those peoples are called as workforce. So the workforce produces goods and services. So dear students, in today's concept, you make the concept clear. What is Indian economy? Economics, study of wealth of a nation, and the father of economics is Adam Smith. And goods and services. What are goods and services? Around your world, you can see different types of goods and services in economy. So raw materials and factors of production are used in production process with the help of land, labor, capital, and organization. And what is primary sector? A primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector are those sectors where workforce get a job. So make a clear concept from here. If you have any problem, hello, Akanksha,
Yes, sir.
are you able to make clear this concept?
Yes, sir.
What I have explained, once you say. Hello, Mirnal,
चल जीटी खेला जाए हम लोग
hello, Vishwajit,
Yes, sir.
are you able to hear my voice?
Hello. Yes, sir.
What was the concept which I have